Hello, comrades. Welcome back to the Severna Republic. Um, so, what I'm going to show today is the planning from scratch of a new town. So each town I build is kind of like a new republic in a way, because they all have their own infrastructure. They're not reliant on each other to stop. I do this to stop systems failure, to stop relying too much on one thing, and then it go and that, and that can really mess up your game. So try and have as much redundancy. Like, the towns are linked in their resources, but only a small amount of resources goes between them. So say the water system, there'll only be one pipe coming out and going to like a communal overflow tank that then does feed back to the towns, just in case anything sort of goes awry. But hopefully that system, it wouldn't need to be used. But yeah, but primarily each town is looking after itself. It can kind of rely on a more sort of overall system every now and again. Sorry, I'm waffling, you know what I mean. Right, so the location of the new town is going to be here in South Severna. So when we look on the map, there's nothing really in the south of the island, so I want to sort of put the first town here, and this town I think I will call Terra Severna, because it's kind of going to be one of the bigger towns, because the biggest city at the moment is Mars, which has a population of around 16,000. At the moment I've got a 16 sort of over 21-year-olds of nearly 5,000 without their own flats. So I want this city to house around 25,000 people, which will make it the biggest city in Severna at the moment, and then should take us in population sort of towards the 100,000 territory. I am trying to since the update, since the full release, I haven't reached the higher population, so I'm interested to see whether the performance drop off around one. It's weird, it's like the game runs pretty well up to around 150,000, and then it seems to like quickly go downhill from there. Usually in all my other republics, I've kind of always built like one, because I'm always on a small island. I've tended to build like one big city, and I don't know whether that actually was making it worse, because you're sort of centering a lot of activity in one area. So whenever you're sort of in that area or doing anything with that particular city, it's buggy and laggy playing, so it becomes unpleasant. So this is the first map that I've made where it's all very sort of separate, independent towns. I've always been very redundant in my infrastructure, so this does really help with that as well, keeping everything separate. And I do quite enjoy this kind of gameplay of each little town is like starting to get its own like identity, as different things pop up with it that need to be done, need to be sorted. It's quite cool. I recommend playing like this, and then having like a central, like this area here, which is Severna, where the Ada Saint Serena churches, will be kind of like the governmental area. More larger buildings will be added here, and then you've all got the town surrounding. We'll see how it fills up, see what performance is like. I mean, it's only 1963 at the moment, so it's very early days. So yeah, we'll see. So First thing I do when I build a town is lay out the roads. Always use your mud roads because they're free. So here is probably a square of around maybe two to 400. That looks about, yeah, about 400 that looks like, but I will just double check. Yeah, so 300, yeah, 368 meters. So yeah, that's kind of how big you want, like one, like complete housing district. So I'm going to build 4 of those next to each other, making it quite a large town plan. So we'll have this main avenue going up here. Just switch that off. I planned ahead because I knew I was going to build a new city here. So I have already got just one construction office and some nice load of resources there ready for construction, just so they're not all having to come from the yard in series. So I actually need to buy some vehicles for this because it's been empty up until now. So we'll have some open holes. Love these. These are great. Covered hole. Just have a couple of covered holes. I'll make this one. Usually, with my construction yards, they will kind of be specialised. But as this one is so far out, I'll make it pretty independent. So dump. Yeah, it's by far the most capacity. Couple of buses. Couple of excavators. And which ones? Tower cranes, and we'll have some road crane as well. I know I've not got concrete, but that is quite, you know, there's 2 ready to go, so I don't really need those because I've got construction yards near the concrete plant. I've also got a helicopter as well, ready to go. Alright, so Mac and Alex, so electronics, I'm still gonna have to get from here. So that's what the plan for this town is, that it will be a town for the advanced industry. So we already are making mechanical components, but we will now be building making electronics as well. I could have done bringing a gravel there maybe, because that is, you know, quite bulky. Needs a lot of that, but never mind. Asphalt. I mean, they haven't got concrete, so I can't put that. There we go. And then workers, which has a lot of people. I think this station. There's a lot of extra workers here. All right, that's that set up. And I don't think did I actually. Yes, that's... Yeah, factory 2, yeah. These in the system yet? There we go. There we go. That's set up. Yes. Yes. Right. Okay, so back to the planning the roads now. They're all ready to go. So you want to get rid of the trees and the snow if you're constructing in the winter, because it does make it, I think, pretty difficult to see. So you just raise the terrain, like literally hardly anything, and then you want to lay out. You want to make all of the area that you're building flat anyway. I mean, Severna is by design pretty flat anyway, but yeah. Okay, so what's that? So 400 meters. Well, it was about 360, wasn't it? So just so it looks square. No, it's against the plan. I'll have to change it. So 400. Close enough. And then that should be about 400. Yeah, 381. Across and 400 here. Wondering, what do you do? Some people locked grid, which I don't really like to do. So, but I'm just wondering, do you guys follow the middle line like that, which is probably the better way of doing it, to be fair, or do you do what I do and go in the middle like that? Because I think it's easier to tell if you've got it completely straight, which I suppose you would have if you, yeah. But I've just always done it like that. So that's going to go all the way down to the coast anyway. Yeah, I mean, that's a bit over. I suppose it's not over 400, is it? It's 374. So there we go. There's our city grid. So just level out terrain, get rid of the trees. I will add trees again, as you can see with my other city designs. I do like trees. Oh. But I like to have a fresh start with them. Why do I keep doing that? There we are. So we've got a nice window. Right, so just going to add the technical services to keep the roads clear, because I can barely see where the roads are. It's the only thing with the snow. I wish the roads were a bit more visible in it, to be honest, if anyone's listening. Let's put that there. We'll also need petrol. Or can I deliver petrol straight to this? So yeah, what I do is I use a mix of construction. So most big, large buildings and things I do like to build with Severna's resources, but little things like this I spend the money on, because I've got a very healthy economy. I'm exporting lots of mechanical components and steel and oil and bitumen and fuel. So what else would we spend money on as a nation? See, this is going up. Look, 11,207 rubles. Right, so can I deliver fuel to this? Yes, I can. About to run out of space with this one. So they will keep the roads clear of snow so I can see what I'm bloody doing. So, very first thing I do is I build the water and heating, so water and sewerage systems. So we'll put those here. We'll build. So this will be the grid of like the actual city itself. So you know the residential areas, parts, etc. So then I always build another block, which will be like the utilities block. The water should be pretty clean over here because there's been hardly any. Well, there is, as you can see, there's no development over here really, other than a few roads and that storage yard. So, yeah, it's 94%. So with the water system, you always need a pump in between. I find basically like every piece of infrastructure really, if you want to make sure that your system is working, will work, correctly. I think you can some with water towers and things. You can obviously do it without pumps to a point, but just put pumps in. So the big fat pipes. So we'll have one system going straight here, so and then that way, and then one going, see how it like here maybe, yeah. So that. Knew I wouldn't be able to put that in there. That's why I didn't do it. And then between these and the tanks, I always use the second biggest pipe. I've never really used the really small one, to be fair. I find that this system works relatively well. Always try and keep your water systems as simple as you can, because if you start, connecting this to this and that to that, you sort of lose track of like where everything is in it, and I think it puts more pressure on the game as well if the system's more complicated. You want things to come, each what just to have a dead end, so not just constantly connecting it up to other pipes and wrapping it round. If the system works with just water plant, one pump coming off and then dead end, you're better off doing that, I think. So like I say, when this water plant, it only needs to supply this one town, so it should. And then if I realize that they're not getting enough water, I can just add, if this has still got some production left in it, I can just add some extra, just keep it simple, keep it elegant with this game. I find is the best way to, right, so decided to put a name in, which is a name I don't want, and the name in plate isn't where I like them to be. So this will be Terra Severna. Okay, so I'll build, but then the pumps and the pipes I will allow the game to build. So that's all, they're all ready to go when the time comes. Oh, broken vehicle. Yeah, these buses are going. I haven't got, because I'm not producing any mechanical components or anything. It's cheaper just to buy the new vehicle as opposed to like trying to maintain them or make them. I find, it's just easier that way. Obviously, soon we will be making our own vehicles in Severna, but we're not at the moment. I have got a bus ready to go, but buses are old now, and I like the American buses because they're quick. These, the MM52001 bus, because it's like the bus that's in speed. So where's that busted up vehicle? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. So there we go. It's pretty, the snow. I do like it. I do think this game has got some of the greatest graphics. It's just something Something about them. They're almost like photorealistic. They don't look like cartoony in any way, I think. It's like city skylines. It's, you know, the graphics are good. I mean, you know, it's an alright game, but I find it quite quite tedious, quite boring after a while. Because you just keep on expanding. It's like what American suburbia is like. It just, you expand, 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 and it's really big, and there's a lot of people, but it just all looks the same. I like with Soviet Republic that you you can make every sort of area like really, really unique. Sorry if I'm just moving away from my mic, looking for something. If it sounds going a bit wobbly. Just enjoying a drink of a well-known cola brand. Its livery is red. So 1st of December. Oh, it's another broken vehicle. So we've got so I've got the Christmas lights are on. So here we have Severna National University, and the Severna Education Authority works with all the nations surrounding the North Sea. So that's why those flags are represented there. I did have an EU one until I realised that the EU didn't exist, obviously, in 1963. So I thought it'd be a bit, look a bit weird. So I got rid. Because obviously we've got the United Kingdom and Norway, which aren't in the EU. Norway's obviously in the single market, but it's not in the actual EU. I don't really suppose it's because maybe it's got its wealth fund, and it doesn't want to share, maybe. Because I think being in the single market, as far as I can understand, you are sort of like, you're basically in the EU with the regulations and things. just in case you're wondering, I am a Remainer. I think we should have stayed in the EU. Before you assume that, you know, in case. But no, I am a evangelical Remainer. Been nothing but trouble. This damn Brexit, damn problems all the time. Anyway, getting back to Severna, which itself technically isn't in the EU. Not sure whether it would be allowed to be an EU member, because I think that, I mean, I'm not a fool. I know there are certain things that the EU make very difficult if you are in it, such as real socialism, I guess, but we'll have to see how the fortunes of Severna continue. But as it stands, we are making a fair bit of bread, selling our mechanical components and oil. Because what I eventually plan to do is build a large nuclear power plant on Severna and then sell energy to the surrounding nations, like I did with the other iteration of Severna, but we're far from that at the moment. Right, so we have it. We've got our water system, well, our clean water system set up. So now we'll need to plan out the waste water. So yeah, this restores soil. Restore soil is handy when doing stuff like this in winter, because you can get rid of the snow with it as well. Right, so I want to level some of this off here, smooth it out. So we're going to want to build a dock, well, probably a couple of docks. So, nice smooth coastline. And this city is going to be quite large, so that's 330 and that's 220. So yeah, I'm going to build an anaerobic wastewater and sludge incineration. So pipes facing that way. Want it sort of a bit off from the time, but not too far that the workers can't walk to it. So I use one of these mods, which is sewage pump, next to the actual facility, and then most of the time you can just spider out. Well, I say so it spikes, it looks sort of spidery, I guess. Quite high though. It's gonna be, see, this time it's gonna be a bit unique because it's gonna be slightly hilly around. I mean, I could flatten it out, but it gives it character. Right, so my
built that a bit too far actually. So one in the center here. What I could do actually is see if I can put just one next to each, perhaps not each one. One there maybe? No, because it's going to get in the way. Right, let's try and connect these up. Actually, probably be better off going on that side, maybe. This one. I would rather build it right next to that. And this one. So, oh, switch on the little, switch that off. I don't like Alliance Grid. That one. Always try and keep, you know, it takes a bit more time, but it does make things a lot neater and a lot easier to find when things go wrong. Try and keep everything, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm as guilty as anyone, but I try. But I'm sure if you looked around this republic, there's pipes that are like I've just done quickly, you know, point A to point B without thinking. But sometimes it just needs to be done. I think I could do with one more over here. So we've got one in there. There's one there, one there, one there. There's probably going to be a few service buildings and things dotted around here, so try to maybe put one here, one more here. Can always change it. It just seems a waste if you don't, you know, and you sort of, you think you've built enough and then you haven't. I think the last update did something to this kind of process and made it much more quicker to do and much more accurate. Put one of these there. That's there. There's only 2 pipes going in, so it won't do anything, I don't think, but you never know. So, I'll cut that. Up to road. Right, so again, basic infrastructure like pipes and things, I do just let the game build. That was quite expensive, but it's done. Right, so we have Terra Severna's sewage and water systems ready to go. Almost getting to the fun part. But first, you need to sort out power. Now, what do I do for power here? And what do I do? So I don't think there's any oil on this side of the island. No, the oil band goes straight across the top there. I could build a pipeline, maybe. Fuel. The municipal fuel power plant, the brick one, I'll build that here. Because I've got some fuel just over there. So I should be able to keep the tank fed via trucks. It's not the most efficient way, but eventually the whole island will run off nuclear power, so it's all means to an end. So where's the municipal brick one? That's the one I want. One of them things I can never find when I'm looking for it. There it is. Right. So pop that here, maybe because it's closest to the national road. And then we shall have a transformer yard thing. Oh, is that the one with the weird wires? Yeah, it is. That one should be enough for now. So if I put mirror that. Rightio, and then that here. Always try and keep your infrastructure things close to each other like this, because it just makes placing buildings easier later on. Because obviously every time you put one of these, like a little bit of infrastructure or whatever down, that's there. So you know it can sometimes, if you just put them sort of all over the place, you'd be like, oh damn, you have to change it later on. Definitely need one down here. Where's an areas? These will probably need their own connection because these pumps, they are very power hungry. So sometimes it's you better just connect them up with their own connection, which I can do with these ones here that come straight from the plant. put one over here. Yeah. Put another one here. So I've only got two. Oh yeah, it's fine. Oh, dang. I'm wrong. See, it can be a bit touchy sometimes when you've got a lot of things crossing, but sometimes if you mess about enough, you get a configuration it doesn't mind. My God. Hey, see, just got a fiddle. Right, let's power. Also, as well, try to not have too many things like all crisscrossing. I know stuff sort of underpasses here, but it's always better to, you know, keep stuff together but separate, if you know what I mean. That makes no sense at all, but you know what I mean. This hasn't got a power connection down. Right. There's one more left on there. So I'm going to have to see what I mean. This is where my... See, that was too brash. Missed one. Bastard. Right, pause the game, so it's costing me. So yeah, that's another thing as well. If you're doing stuff like this, always make sure if you've got auto build on that you keep your game paused until you know that you've got exactly what you want, because building it and demolishing it, yeah, it costs a moolah. That's 12 meters, that's too deep. Just keeping the game paused allows you to, you know, correct it before it gets built, which is a pain otherwise. So I'll have this coming this way, coming that way, coming to right there. Right, there we go. So I need a fuel tank here. Pump. A heating. Have they got a fuel heating plant? Does that exist? Bitumen. Would be more handy if I could find a fuel one. Wood. See, there's fuel one, but it only puts out 19. I need loads of them. All putting out their own little bit. I mean, I could do electric, but then I'm going to have to build a second power plant. That might be what I'm going to have to do. Right, so I'll build another fuel power plant. So unit 1 and unit 2. But unit 2 will just power. No, put it that way. one single heating plant for now. We'll see how much it uses. I think these put out like 400 or 500 megawatt. Not megawatt, kilowatt. No, megawatt. No. These whack out 360 megawatt. So heating plant. So where's the electric one? So that is 480 megawatts. 480, 240, and it puts at 80 giga. I need about 200. Alright, so pop this here. Both of them together should be able to. Yes, it's connected directly to them. Actually. See again. I'm having to rebuild stuff that I've already built. I'll put a big one there. Then that one going to here. And then another underground one going into this. So that's power and heating kind of done. Just need to do the heat exchangers. So I won't put those in just yet because I want to plan where I'm going to put everything in the town. Lines grids on again. Right, no, that's alright. That's alright. Okay. Right, so we'll get them building them. Actually, so I also, where am I going to put the shops? Right, okay, so where's my favourite? There we go. Yeah, right there. And I should be able to then fit quite a few shops. And might have to change this road design here a bit, but that's fine. So there's a railway line coming into town. Okay. Right, so stores. Obviously we need a big one. 20, so that's 180, 180. 315, see that's the one of the best, or 450. So yeah, I think I have one of these in every city, I think. They are one of the best shops. Let's take advantage of this distance as well. Because you want the shops to have as much of a sort of, radius as possible. The building size can give you a couple of extra meters here or there, so, always make sure you use it. Right, so I want to make sure that it's that track there. Well, I mean, I can always change it, but so that's the one we want. Because we want that open for another shop. So it's another, I think, so that one, so yeah, so that's 315, 450. 315, should I have? 150 now, it's nothing. No. 405. Yeah, that. So that's the main one for the game. Let's put that on this side. Let's mirror that. So oh no, I've got a connection. It's all the same building. I'll have that smaller one that's 315. Ah, that's nice, and it can meet up with that road. A bit further away. No, no, no. So you put the station there, actually. See the importance of mud roads? I wish you could build railway lines across these. Is there a rail crossing? Yes. Will that still work? Well, we'll find out, won't we? I didn't even realise I had that. God. It changes everything. But we shall see. But it's pretty cool if I can. So that's one of the main issues I have with this design that I used, that I wasn't able to build a railway line that bisected the town without cutting off that extra factory connection. But now, dun dun dun. What's here? Typical. Oh, I have it then. Shit, the station's going to be built. Nope. And all those shops. I don't want to build in there. Actually, what I could do, oh, it's a bit of a waste, but could I just connect that here? Oh my god, look. I can get rid of all that. There's only going to be 1-2 trains, maybe, passenger trains here. So, don't really need high capacity. There we go. There's a little bit of road there, it's not needed. So you kind of need some sort of road. Yeah. Always build your paths first to make sure that you've got the citizens have got a nice, simple, quick, efficient route to get around the district. Because you can, even though stuff can be like, you can look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's in range, they can walk it. But if the roads are all sort of higgledy-piggledy and that it can turn out that, you know, some people are blocked off from certain areas due to just paths not being quite right. So yeah, always try and connect up a basic grid of roads. Like I say, just use the mud ones. You don't, you know, make sure you're not, because you probably will still change this, but it does ensure that all being well, you should at least have a nice walking thing for your districts. Because the more citizens can walk around and get to places, the quicker they can do it, happier they'll be. It's a literal 15-second city. Ah. Thought they'd got rid of that bug. Alright, so that's all them all gridded off. So there we go. So other than the heat exchangers, which I'll put in when I'm building the actual city itself, that has pretty much got its basic infrastructure down now. So we've got sewerage and water and the electrical grid set up. So yeah, thank you very much. As that's my basic plan for a town, and in the next episode I will be laying out the actual buildings of the district itself and the factories that will be here, so stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching today. If you like this kind of content where I just kind of, well, I will still do my cheesy Severna news and things like that, because I like the world building aspect of it. But if you do like this more, build along, play along, or whatever, let me know, and I will make stuff, because this stuff is a little bit easier to make. But it's just I find it hard just talking into the void. So please do like and subscribe if you do, and please put a comment down below, because that really helps with feedback. Any type of feedback, as long as it's useful feedback. I don't mind more critical things. I do want to improve, but I do also like to know if you're enjoying the videos. So thank you very much, and hello to all my subscribers, all 247 of you. That's amazing. It seems like only yesterday I had like 20 subscribers. A few of them were like my friends, and now 200 and nearly 250 people out there like to sit and watch my crap, and I'm very happy about that. So yeah, hello, thank you very much for your support, and bye bye.